Well, good morning, y'all. It's the almost the end of July now, 30th of July. Um, Hanging out this morning, having us a protein shake. We got our coffee there with just milk in there now, 2% milk, no cream. On the diet, part of the big fat update is after meeting up with Tony in one of those last videos I put up from Grattan dropping off his body work. How you doing, H? I'm doing well on the diet. I'm on the keto diet plan. Um, it's really like Atkins with low, no carbs, if at all possible, extremely low carbs, and a lot of protein. So eggs and we're eating salmon patties and a lot of meat and cheese, man, which is right up my alley, right? People always say I'm a meat and potatoes guy. Well, I'd rather be a meat and cheese guy because it's yummy, delicious. So, doing well. I'm about I don't know, 10 days to 2 full weeks into this. Surely 10 days of no coffee cream at all, no peppermints before I go to bed, kind of thing. You get in the habit of doing stuff like that. So, really, anywhere between 15 and maybe 30 carbs a day, total net carbs. Um, been some days as low as 5, some days as many as 30. So, as Tony suggested, 20 or less. 0 is ideal for fast weight loss. Um, and I've lost some weight right now. At this point, I haven't been back on the scale. I tended to like do this. At first, I was doing it like every 3 days or so. Now I'm just going to do it once a week. But up in about 4 or 5 days ago, I had already lost 4 or 5 pounds. So I can feel that I'm losing weight, and truly amazing once you get yourself burning fat for energy instead of carbs because you're not intaking them anymore. You start burning off the weight, so that's a good thing. I'll fit in the go-kart better. Um, won't break my heart if I can fit into my old racing suit, old racing suit, and not not wear my new one, even though I like the new one. But so that's part one of the big fat update. Robert's on a diet and doing well. We'd love to be back. When I started, when I met Tony up there, I was about 217, 218. Um, about 4 days ago, 213. So we're looking good. Hopefully, we get to Gingerman in 6 weeks. If the weather plays out and we can drive the cart and everything's good, I would. I don't see any reason why I couldn't be 200 pounds um, in 5 6 weeks, and that would be fantastic. I'd literally only be 20 pounds from my goal, which is I'd like to be back to 180. 175 would be nice. 180, I'll accept 180. So we'll see how it goes. Um, Update part 2. As you can see, we're on the old camera, which means, right, the new camera went back. It was fine doing that kitchen countertop quick little update. I was so happy. That was the first time I turned it on and used it. I hadn't even charged it. It was right out of the box, literally. Putting it on my helmet and taking my motorcycle for a ride, buzzing around all afternoon over the weekend, last weekend. Getting home well, first, just dealing with the fact that when you reach up and turn it on, it doesn't turn on in video mode. Not every time. Sometimes it turns on in burst mode of photo. The photo mode part in this burst thing, which is 10 clips per second, right? 10 frames a second, and it's taking pictures of me and my hands and my fan. I'm trying to shut it off, and you can't just one button and shut it off, one push shut it off. When it's in that mode, you got to push and hold it, and the whole time it's taking pictures. It's really frustrating. So right away, I was upset that it doesn't turn on in video mode every time. Why, I don't know. If it is the fact that you got to hurry up and push it, or if you do any kind of push at a slow rate of speed, it detects something else. I don't know. All I know is I thought the one button on off was going to be the shizzle, and it ends up being the dizzle. Okay. So we get back, and when we thought we were taking video, we weren't. And then when we thought we were shutting it off, we were actually turning it on. That's another thing I didn't like. Of course, the video we did get was about 26 minutes long, and the camera automatically cut it into 12-minute segments. Another no-no. It's not going to work in the go-kart. The biggest reason we want video is not to look at, it's what we can learn from it afterwards. Your recollection of a 45-minute run in a go-kart is you're probably going to recall, I'm going to say 25 to 30, maybe 50% of the information you were taking in real time. When you can go back and look at it years later, you can go back and find little things that you've missed all these years. The nice thing is you can literally go a 45-minute race or a 30-minute race, even an 8, 10, 12-minute practice session, literally corner to by corner, entry, center, exit, all the data on your gauge that you can see, and you can relive literally every minute of that run, where a lot of times you're trying to break an engine in, you're trying to scuff new tires, you're trying to stay away from other people, you're trying to go fast enough so they can't run into you. There's a lot of other factors going through your mind other than just recording data that you're seeing in your head. So that's what the video is good for. And I suggest to GoPro, I sent the camera back. I didn't like the idea that it automatically split my 26-minute video into two 12-minute and then whatever the rest was, a minute and a half or whatever. So I suggest that GoPro take on a non-modern day approach of intelligence and technology and up bigger, larger, smarter, faster. Make a camera that does nothing but video. I don't want a camera that takes pictures. A video camera that can also take pictures. I want a video camera. Make a bloody video camera that only takes video. Idiot proof, right? Turn it on, video only. Here's the video. No options, just video. Shut it off, done. Idiot. And you can probably make one of them things super duper cheap. You could sell them for $100 a whack, and guys like me would buy them all day long. Why do I bring up this anti-technology thing? Because just the other day, Greg Odell down in Lewisburg sold me a Micron 2. And a lot of you are saying, wow, Micron made a 2? Yes, I have one on my cart. I bought one from Greg. I have a spare that's brand new. I like it because it's anti-technology. It's got 4 displays on it. Some lights that you can set at whatever RPM you want so they flash and get your attention. A warning light for both of the 2 temperatures that are there. A maximum number. When that light comes on, you know you've reached the maximum that you've set for that particular temp. Again, I called Micron to see if I could get some of the leads for this gauge I bought from Greg after checking it out. And of course we could. And we get what sounds like a punk kid, a young guy. It's probably some technology geek. His name was Cameron. So if Cameron's looking in, peace, bro. Sorry that you ran into the incoherent phone call of the week. But I know they do a lot of other stuff other than karting, obviously. Motorcycles, race car dashboards, a lot of automobile stuff for racing. So they don't just cater to go-kart guys. But I was on the kick. Take this to the board of directors, Sonny, and tell them there's guys out there, vintage go-kart guys don't want GPS, track mapping, downloadable, blah, 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 and all that. No, sector times. We don't need that, man. We just need something that monitors what's going on with our engine so we don't hurt the darn thing. So I went on a rant about how you need to start making the Micron 2 again or something similar. Attack and a temp, attack with 2 temps. It doesn't need a speedo and all that other stuff. Lap timer is nice, but it's not completely necessary, especially at our age. Who cares? We don't want to know how slow we're going anymore. So there we go. That's part 2 and 3 of the update, right? We've got the diet covered. We sent the new camera back. We'll get reimbursed. Maybe we're in the market to buy another one. Maybe we'll just go with the POV with the wire. It's good 1080p video. It's just a little cumbersome because you got to put a big camera inside your suit. Got the micron thing taken care of, so we got a gauge for the 4-banger cart. Probably a little more than we need for the 4-banger. 2 temps. What am I going to do with the second temperature? It's got a plug temp, about all you need. It's got a tack. We'll get a speedo on it. It's got the lap timer. So I don't know what we're going to do with the second temperature. Maybe it'd be a human temperature probe, driver probe. What do you think about that? That sounds pretty cool. Hey to all the guys out there, Bob, Todd, Racing Ronnie, all the rest of the folks out there that look into these ridiculous. Sam over in the UK, peace, bro. Man, I hope you guys are. I will read on the internet. I don't know. UK doesn't look very big, but I guess there are places in the UK where you're probably not succumbing to the craziness going on all over the UK, and especially in the big cities like here too. I mean, here we are in Roseville. We're just 3-4 miles from the northern border of Detroit, but we aren't seeing any craziness, no rioting, no BS here. Most of the people here are normal, everyday folks. Now, it'll get worse. It's going to get worse as the election gets here, and it'll get worse. It'll get way worse right after, because Trump's going to win again, and they're going to lose their mind. You think they haven't stopped in 3.5 years already? It's going to get worse. And there it takes me into the Daytona project. It's hard for me to get motivated to build the new cart that you still see in the videos leaning up against the rack where the radio is. Hard for me to get motivated to build that car for Daytona when there's a good chance Daytona's not even going to happen. If all hell is breaking loose here, it may not be safe to travel down the highway, 8, 10, 12, 15, 18 hours in one direction. Get down there and find out there's crazy rioters blocking the racetrack or something. Yeah, who knows, man, in this day and age. So I think we're going to wait. I think what we'll wait and do is wait to see how things go, the temperature of humanity in the United States, what's going to happen after the election in November. And we have a great cart. We have the best cart as far as I'm concerned. Best handling go-kart, hands down, of any lay-down go-kart on the planet. We have a one-off built by Ted Swantek, a wishbone front-end cart with a waist and chassis design, perimeter design of this thing like no other. It's one of a kind, and that's why I can drive it with one hand. And I may have to, as you can see. We'll explain this in part 6 of the number 6 of the big fat update. But so back to the Daytona thing. We'll probably just update the car we've got. We can do that. We can put the new style bodywork that we want to build, that we have in mind, and get this thing tuned up for Daytona in that aspect without having to build a whole new car. As you can see, I've been working on a trailer. Couldn't bring you any of that video. I did take some clips with that little miniature camera that I sent back, but they didn't turn out, of Kenny out here in the driveway welding 1/4-inch plate on the back of the basically the door frame of the trailer, so I could drill and tap holes for 1/2-inch 20 big stainless steel bolts to hold the new hinges, to hold the new doors that we built on the back of the trailer. Why did you have to do that, Robert? Well, because I bought the wrong hinges. If I'd have spent more time researching, I'd have found the exact same hinge, which would have required cutting and welding anyway. So, because the hinges are welded on, and they were in bad shape. They were rusted pretty bad. So, in the process of lining these new hinges up, transferring the 1/2-inch through hole to the plates that Kenny welded on, punching them, marking them and punching them, and drilling, a small through hole first, then open it up, because we had to go to a 2964 hole for 1/2-inch 20 tap drill size. So for threading those holes, and there's 2 in each hinge. That's 8 holes in total. Hole number 7 grabbed me, and it's this DeWalt half-inch drive corded electric drill that I have. I've owned this drill for a long time, bought it brand new, and I knew from the very first time I used it that it was an extremely dangerous tool. It has torque like nobody's business. I mean, if you could put that thing on a scooter, little kids would flip over backwards as soon as they hit the gas. It's got that much torque. In the past, using it with a 3-inch hole saw and cutting through half-inch sheets of plastic to make big discs for the indoor go-kart joint to bolt their NASCAR tires together to make the perimeter tires for the racetrack. We've had the hole saw, the metal actually get hot and grip that plastic, and the drill actually grab and stop and flip me right. I mean, just toss me across the garage. It's got that much torque. Well, I knew to be careful with this bigger drill bit, as we worked our way up from a smaller hole. That's why you can't go with a great big drill bit right away with this drill, because it'll literally flip you right on your head. I was sitting on a milk crate doing a low down hole, and I was just about all the way through, and that's where you got to be careful. You got to ease off the pressure, and I just got complacent and got careless, and it grabbed and it twisted my wrist. It actually hurt my shoulder too, not only once in hole number 7, but 3 times. I know, man. The first one hurt me. The second and third one just put me out of business, I guess. I was able to finish that hole, finish the 8th hole, and tap the both of them. Then come home, have the garage door, the cable that works on the spring apparatus, right, that aids the roll-up door, because, I mean, without the spring assist, you can't even lift them doors. The cable came off. So I'm up standing on my starter wagon on wheels. That's right, dumb Robert. Fixing this thing with this bum hand, and I hadn't wrapped it or anything. Bum shoulder. It's just like being shot, I guess. If you're not shot in a place where it's going to kill you right away, the adrenaline keeps pumping until you settle down. Later on, when I settled down, then the shoulder really started to hurt, and the wrist started to hurt, and we started icing things down. Now it's being Thursday the following week. It's been 4 or 5 days now. The shoulder is fine. I mean, the shoulder is good. The wrist is still hurting pretty good. And, of course, the wife is just angry as anything at me about it. She looks at me over the glasses, like this. Oh, Sherry. She says, who's also got a problem with her left wrist and stuff from the car accident. She looks at me with over her glasses and says, what have you done, Robert? Of course, right on schedule. I said, what do you mean? She says, we're heading into Robert's surgery season. So, of course, the last 2 years we've had the shoulder in October, and we had the back in September or October. So we're getting close to surgery season. The last 2 years in a row we've had some surgery. I'm hoping that's not the case here. If Gingerman were tomorrow, there's no way. I mean, just absolutely no way. Even though I can drive that cart with one hand, I'd still have to let go of the steering wheel to be able to shift up and shift down on one side, which I would try to do. Now, maybe we'd get a brace on it and just tape my hand right to the steering wheel. I don't know. No, we couldn't do that. But I got a few weeks. It's gotten a little better, but not much, to be completely honest. It's really not getting better. We really tore up some tendons or something in here is really in bad shape. And she wants me to go to a doctor and get it checked out, but you know me, I won't wear a mask. So going to a doctor is out of the question. Going to the hardware store is out of the question for me. So I've just been hanging out, doing a little cleaning up the nuts and bolts and putting things away in the garage with one hand as best I can. That's why you haven't really got any video. We did take some pictures of the old headrest assembly that I never really used. I took off the cart when I got it from Scotty Fiesler. Scotty's looking in. Peace, bro. But we're getting rid of all that stuff because we're not going to use it. We're getting rid of the Kelgate dual master cylinder because we haven't used that in a long time. I prefer the Paul Martin stuff. I prefer the delay system on the American setup than the European stuff. So, we just been playing around a little bit. I've been looking at this screen here. Let me show you what I'm looking at. This is from Grattan, as is the first test run on June 1st after breaking the motor in. This is right out the back of the pits, right up to the jump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the 7th corner on cold tires. And here's, you can see I'm going onto the front straightaway, about to shift 5th gear. So we're probably 75, 80 miles an hour, surely, even if we're not completely up to speed. And we're turning the wrong direction. That thing bites and grabs. I mean, it could be disastrous. It could throw us right into this guardrail over here. Here's Bob and I think my brother Kenny up here, and Bob mentioned something afterwards about how while the thing went straight sideways, he almost lost it there. Yeah, let's watch a little video. What the heck? We were playing around with it and trying to figure out, get our water temperature. I'm going to back it up a little bit. Here we go. Watch this. Yeah, heads up. Yeah, it's just a quick little one, but playing around, watching a little video, trying to find some more data, getting a look at the gauge here in full screen mode and all that stuff, just trying to get an idea of what we had going on. We've already got all that stuff taken care of, or at least we think so, with the parts and pieces of the water temp probe and all that stuff changed. Just got to get out there and drill some holes, set some riv nuts in those booster or perch deals for the headrests on both the carts, the 4-banger and my car. And then before we go any further, we want to get laid down in there again and make sure we know the thickness of the padding we're going to need, and the thickness of the padding we're going to need for the backrest part of the headrest. And then we'll go ahead and probably send Rich to the foam factory. We'll send him in the door because he'll wear a mask. Yeah, we're hoping that this latest news of these doctors stepping forward and saying, listen, the HQ to hydroxychloroquine is not a dangerous medicine. It's something that's been around forever, and it's gonna be the cure. That way, they're pissed off because they want to give us a vaccine. They want to force us all to take this vaccine. No one's had a vaccine for Ebola or H1N1 or the swine or the bird or any of SARS or any of the other ones, but they're going to force us to take this one, right? Not Big Daddy, not without a fight. But that's the end of the big update. I'm going to sit here and do a few more laps here at Gretton, and hopefully y'all are healthy and staying out of trouble. Well, that's really all we got for you. Sherry's trying to heal and mend. I'm trying to heal and mend. We still got work to do on the trailer so we can get over to Gingerman, but hopefully, God willing, things will work out and we'll get over there and we'll be able to bring you some film. So that's the big fat update for end of July. Hanging out in the house with the AC on. Humid as all get out outside, but we're going to get out there and play around in the garage a little bit today. We got to do a little something, right? Shh, don't tell Sherry. All right. Love you guys. We'll talk to you later. God bless. Godspeed.